Hooray, hooray. There we go. Why did you mute yourself? Nothing like starting with technical issues. That's how you know it's a me stream. Oh, and that's also muted. Let's fix that. All right. Hooray. Ah, I know that. I understand. I understand. It's fine. We've solved it. Hi everyone. How you doing? Welcome back. It's been 84 years. It's been 1 week. It's been it's so this is actually like the normal break between streams, but I'm feral about this game, so it feels like it's been 84 years, is what I'm saying. We're back tonight with more Planescape Torment, a game that I have never played before. Well, I've never, you know what I mean. I played it obviously on 3 streams prior to this, so I've played it before. We don't need to get pedantic about it. This is my first time experiencing this game, and so far I'm loving that experience. Also, literally, because we leveled up a few times, and now we are mage. We talked to an old witch named Mebe, who taught us the ways of magic, in just the coolest like old witch way possible. It was great, good stuff. Along the way, we experienced more of the hive, which meant we refused to pay a toll and ended up wiping out an entire gang
By accident.
en route to talking to the person who asked us to wipe out said gang.
Crime doesn't pay.
Task failed successfully. So yeah, we made friends. We made friends. We met a poor woman who has been stuck here for 20 years. I think it was 20 years. Because everything could be a portal, and some of those portals have been extremely unkind. So now she is terrified of leaving because who knows where she'll go next, and that's understandable, really. Hey, Bad Road, one of the people who asked you to wipe out the gang. Yeah, there was also the Batman the bounty hunter person, um, and like when you find this person, take them out, and we walked 10 feet and around a corner, and there they were. They were there the whole time. They probably overheard us. They did also want us to kill each other. There was a lot of the like Spider-Man pointing meme of everyone being like, get them. That's all right. I decided very early on that I wanted to be on the side of the most reasonable person in the equation. I don't know that I chose successfully, but the most reasonable seeming person to me is who we ended up befriending. It helped that we had already finished one of the tasks before we knew she existed. Anyway, um, gosh, gosh, what else? What else? I feel like more stuff happened, but I've forgotten it. From a multitude of conversations with a truly eclectic gang of weirdos in the hive, I've come to the conclusion that either there's like a reincarnation loop going on or a time loop. Obviously, no one tell me. But I'm getting the sense that we've been here before. We've met some folks before. They know us. We don't remember them. It could just be one long life, and we keep dying because, as it turns out, we keep coming back. So it might just be that in a very video gamey fashion, every time we die, we just start over, try again. And at least some of those folks don't have a lot of faith in this being the successful run, so we got to prove them wrong. We also need to we had a what's the word I'm thinking of? We had effectively a trajectory, an objective. That's the word. We had an objective by like midway through the very first stream to go and find a collector, someone who grabs a whole bunch of bodies and then sells them to the dusters, I think is the deal. Named Farad, who brought us in hopes that Farad may have some answers about the circumstances of our dying and being collected. We've got 2 different parties that would like us to also find out where the heck Farad is getting so many bodies, because it's a little sus. So right, this alley ain't big enough for the 3 of us. So we finally figured out where Farad is. A plus number 1. So one of the main the main thing when I updated my journal, the main thing in the journal for tonight is to, by the end of stream, I want to talk to Ferret. But kind of like becoming a mage, there's a bunch of other stuff that I also want to do. So we may not start with Ferret. And also, wonderful meet his sister, Salome. The Bible jokes do kind of write themselves, but I appreciate us filling in the cracks nonetheless. But oh right, so two other things. Hang on, I got to write three other things. Three other things. One moment. We also met Angyar, I think was his name. We met a very surly individual, whose wife, the fittingly named wife of Angyar, a little awkward, let us know that he had apparently taken a contract with the Dusties, and maybe now having second thoughts. And we know the schmuck of a duster who's worse than the average duster, which is saying something. I mean, they're not that bad. But anyway, this guy is. So we're gonna go try and convince him to give up the contract of Angyar. We've already tried threatening him, and that did not work. But we have magic now, so maybe it'll be different. Really, I'm hoping that we can just convince him that it's like against the philosophy that he claims to inhabit, which we've learned from two other people. He's one of them literally used the term dusty or duster in name only. So I think if we can rattle his resolve or get him in trouble with his superiors, maybe we can use that leverage to get the contract. So I gotta write down Angyar contract. Angyar contract. Hey, Larry Gar. Three other. I'll come in again. And an almost fanatical devotion to the Pope. So the other things that are on my list. So Ferret is the big one. Ferret is the thing that I want to do before the end of stream. We'll see how that goes for me. But also I wrote down, because it's one of the only things that hasn't actually shown up in our journal all the times that we've updated our journal, which is that there's a bartender at the Smoldering Corpse Bar who wanted, I think, 500 gold as the interest for holding an eye of ours for 15 years, which I think is reasonable. 15 years is a long time. So good news is we have like $2,000 after, did I mention we killed an entire gang? So I'm going to go to the Smoldering Corpse Bar and get our old eye back, and then figure out how the eye mechanics of this game work. Warning for discussion of eye stuff. I don't know how gory it's going to be. We'll find out. I hope there's not a cutscene just for this, but I don't know. Let's see other things. The Smoldering Corpse Bar nearby there, supposedly, are the brutes who stole a necklace from the pacifist, the martial artist fella. So while we're in the neighborhood, I'm going to look for them. Everywhere we go tonight. So if y'all see me walk past someone with dark hair wearing blue and I don't stop, please start spamming the chat. Because if I can at least figure out what zone Nod's sister is in, then I can whittle it down. Because right now we just know that she's in the Hive, which is like at least 4 maps big, maybe 5. So we're looking for someone with dark hair wearing blue. That's supposed to be Nod's sister. So while we're doing all the other stuff, we also got to look for that. Okay, so we're gonna go see a man about our eye. Possibly see some thugs about a necklace. See a sister about a nod. See a Dusty about a contract. And I did also write down here, kiss the homies. So, mwah. And then see Ferret. So that's our agenda. It's wild to me. This is stream number 4. Like, we're not... It's an RPG. I expect probably 30, 40 hours of this game. And we're like 7 hours in. And I have multiple pages in addition to the in-game journal, which is ridiculous. I love it. I'm very excited to see how much more complex this gets before the end. We did also find someone who buys loose jewelry, which also tells me the one and only thing I looked up on the internet, which is where can I sell these rings and things? And they're like, well, there's nowhere to sell them until you get to the lower ward. Haha, liar. So that is sort of our first lesson, which is people in the hive lie.
Well, that and people have
By the
played
hive,
this
I mean the
game,
internet.
played it straightforward,
Mhm.
not actually come back and gone, hang on, and then dug down.
Mhm.
So, which is to say, you might be underestimating your hour count.
I might be underestimating my hour. Oh, in terms of how long it's going to take?
Yeah, can I get a soda?
Sure. Listen, there's a reason that I'm trying to stream this game 2 days a week to give us some chance of finishing it before January. So we'll see how that goes. I think I mentioned it last stream. I'm going to mention it again. Hey, JJ. That between like the first and second or second and third, along the way of streaming this game, I also got back into Icewind Dale and devoured it in like 18 hours or less. And I think Icewind Dale has some really cool like side story stuff. I particularly like all the extra bits in the hand, which is, don't worry about it. That makes sense if you play it. There's a lot of really good like tragic writing. It's nice. Hey, Bob. And I still felt like I just flew through that game. Now I played it before, obviously, but not for a while. I don't expect to fly through this game. In fact, I expect to dawdle. I expect to dilly-dally. I expect to shenan. And so far, I feel like we're doing that. I feel like we're doing that well. I also love that I don't even remotely feel stuck. Like, when we were doing some of the Myst sequels, there were times where I'm like, I could just walk around this place, but I'd like to be making progress also. I can't take 2 steps in this game without getting a new quest, so that has not been a problem. Okay, let's see. Dark hair wearing blue. Thank you very much for this. It's one of those where it's like I'm just gonna be mumbling to myself. Dark hair wearing blue. Dark hair wearing blue. Dark hair wearing blue. But yeah, if I could task y'all with also keeping an eye out because I might get sort of blinders on if I'm trying to go talk to somebody or finishing a quest or whatnot, and not notice that like right over there in the corner of the screen is a potential nod sister, which is a weird term to apply to anybody, but here we are. Somewhere in the hive is like somewhere in Los Angeles. Yeah. Craft hullabaloo. If you don't find the plot, it will find you. This is a threat. It's fantastic. I freaking love this game. I feel like I already understand, and I know we haven't really gotten anywhere at all, but I feel like I already understand why people love this game so much. Because like it opens so strong. And that's great. All right, I'm going to put this next to my notebook so I don't have to flip it open if I want to flip it open. That makes sense to me. You can't see what's happening down here, but don't worry about it. Content warnings. So, before we dive into the game proper, I want to go ahead and post up because I cannot personally warn you about any of the stuff, except we are going to see a man about an eye, so maybe Ice Quick. But for a more comprehensive list of content warnings, do please check out doesthedogdie.com, the entry specifically for Planescape Torment, linked in our CW tag, where wonderful members of the community have gone through and listed a number of things with a bit more details close to where they appear.
I love that Existential Crisis is on that warning list.
Existential Crisis is
Like,
on that
it's
warning
the
list,
point.
and I think it belongs
Yes.
because you want to know going in. As someone who's played a lot of existential crisis games, I'm a big fan. But like you want to be prepared. You want to know it's that kind of game. I can't imagine like playing through Tunic just thinking that it's a cute little Zelda-like and not seeing that game coming. But who knows? I saw Casey Explosion did the extremely timely best games of 2025 list that came out today, which was hilarious in its own right. But I appreciate that she also talked about how like there's a handful of games that I will recommend to people with absolutely zero details. Outer Wilds, Blueprints,
Mm-hmm.
Slay the Princess. And I do think For Me Tunic is on that list because it's like, I can tell you that it's a game in which you play a cute fox who's an adventurer and then nothing else. But it is a game that like, yeah, I don't know that Existential Crisis is exactly the thing in that game, but knowing going in that it's a game that's going to get deeper is, I think, a kind thing to give someone a heads up on. All right, that's all of that. Hope you all are doing well. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna get into the game more or less on time. More or less on time. Oh, I forgot. Hey, buddy. I haven't seen you all week. There, if I do that. There we go. Bob, I don't know what's better. The fact that we don't have a quote with pew in it. We haven't been to a lot of churches in games. But also that, I guess that's the latest quote, comes up with, "Do I know how to rest?" Which I'm assuming was about this game and sleeping to memorize spells and stuff like that. But also feels very pointed and like an attack on me personally by past me. When I recommend Slay the Princess to people, I do tell them not to reload and start over until you see an ending. Yeah, usually when I'm talking about Slay the Princess, I'm like, no, really, trust me, there are no wrong choices, just keep going. Is really the only thing I'll tell people. Because, yeah, it can be really tempting to be like, oh no, I messed up. And it's like, no, you didn't. You can't. It's too good. A 30 stream streak. Relax, Chief, you've been here before too. Let's resume our life. I adore Mebe. We are going to be leaving from this place, but I really appreciate. The wonderful and colorful people we've met. Okay, so we have Blur, we have our chromatic orb, we have. Oh right, after stream, I used my 2 prepared copies of Identify to identify the couple of magical items that we had. Mebe gave us these earrings that are naturally great for casters. +2 to AC. Memorize 2 additional first level mage spells, which mwah. So that's immediately like doubled our repertoire. Both the ring and the dagger we had were both mage things, so it's like the game knew. Warning, clear your calendar. Blueprints ought to come with some kind of warning. Yeah, do not forget sleep. You're both correct. Ooh. That's one of those games that I am glad I didn't play it on stream. Because we spent almost 100 hours in that game. But also, it's so hard to go back to that game now and play it fresh, knowing all the things I know. The Magus Guard, also an AC item. So our AC has gotten way better. We're AC 4 now, which is nice. Considered standard equipment. So it's just an armor ring. And then the Bone Dagger, which apparently is not usable by priests. Seems judgmental, but alright. It's a nice little enchantment. So we have a magic dagger as well, which is good because we're otherwise not great at the combat. Alright, so we're in Ragpicker Square. I'm pretty sure we've learned that Ferret is up here. But that's not where we're going. We're going to the Smoldering Corpse Bar. Second edition clerics can't use slashing or piercing weapons. That's right.
It's not the bone part. It's the stabbing part.
It needs to be bludgeoning. So staves, maces.
Which is really weird when you think about how many evil priests have daggers that they're sacrificing.
I was about to say, like, but a sacrificial dagger is not the same as a combat dagger.
Yes.
That's a technicality, but obviously you could use a sacrificial dagger in a pinch, but you wouldn't want it to be your like all the time walking around dagger. Let's pretend that made sense. We're going to stop by the marketplace so I can sell, because I think I've got rings in the skull. There's always money in the banana stand. Yes, okay. Right, I thought bone daggers are traditionally only used by priests. Good, we're on the same, like, aesthetically, it makes perfect sense. Oh yeah, I forgot we have a little guy. We have our Lim. We have a little guy. Okay. Squirrel was the tailor. Do I remember... Did we talk to you? You have a name. I tried to talk to everybody with a name. But this is the market, and I might have honestly forgotten. Grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to her... Let me just check a quick thing while I'm here. Cool. Just a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise. leave her alone. All right, I'll do that. Thanks, game. Appreciate the illusion of the lack of illusion of choice. I hear 100 hours, and my first inclination is to think, did you utterly fly through? So, first of all, I don't actually know that there's any finishing blueprints. But we did get to, is this? No, because they talk about this in the intro. We did get to the chamber, the basically your first big objective in blueprints, in like 15 hours, which I understand is pretty quick for like going in, no guides, no waiting. Thank you very much, JJ. But so we got there pretty quick, and then finding the rest of the stuff felt sort of interminable. But we got there in there's a lot of like, oh, we've cracked open this whole thing. Oh god, that's so much new stuff to take in. And then we got to, can I talk about this obliquely? We got to the very blue place, and got through that to the end of it, and that was kind of the last big mystery. So I was like, okay, at that point, unless we get story DLC for the game, we got past the point where the game itself was like, hey, if you want to stop here, that's okay. Like, diegetically, which was incredible. And that was
they knew what would happen if they did.
That was like 80 hours in.
Because there's already been 2 fake endings.
There are so many points where it's like you could stop playing here and it's a satisfying conclusion, but there's more. Blueprints is incredible. Blueprints. Boy, this is a weird. Go with me on this. Blueprints is the video game equivalent of Chainsaw Man in that I absolutely love it, and it did change my life for the better, but I really hesitate to recommend it to anybody because you will go through it if you commit to this game. Questions? No. All right, you're the Limlim guy. That's the Peter Tankard's person. Is it this one? What do you have to offer? Hooray! 3rd time lucky. Suppose I should keep some of these cranium rat charms, but I just don't care. I think we're doing okay on healing. Oh yeah, we're great. Maybe I had healing items. All right. I think it's down here. We're gonna find out. And I did like doing the math puzzles. That doesn't narrow it down, but there are so many kinds of puzzles in that game.
You're a weirdo.
I am a weirdo. It's funny because when I started streaming initially,
I looked up Python scripts to do that. The number.
You looked up Python scripts to do some of the math puzzles.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. What's wrong with factoring? Exactly.
All right.
And it's funny because like, when I first started streaming, I regularly talked about how I'm bad at puzzle games, which historically was true. All right, hang on a second. Are you guys? You are thugs. I'm going to talk to you in a second. But something about, not all of them, but something about most of Blueprints' puzzles just made my brain sing. It was great. It was really good. Still not sure I would have been, like, a good streamer of that game, because I just would have spent the whole time like this for like 10 minutes straight and then go aha and then move to the next room. But it's good. It's a good game. It's just you three. All right. Do you know about a necklace? You see a heavy-set looking man. He has a stone-faced expression. We're back at it again, everyone. Greetings! Man looks at you for a moment, grunts, then raises his hand, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in a menacing arc. If I say farewell, will they attack? Let's give them the chance to walk away.
They don't.
They don't, they attack. But I like giving them the chance.
Oh, there's the combat music.
There's the combat music. And also this chromatic orb.
Rocks true.
Hooray! That worked great. Alright, that one's running. Ooh, we got hurt a whole bunch in a short amount of time. Let the runner run away. You know, I don't want to run after you. Wait, is this... Is Chromatic Orb melee? That doesn't make any sense. Nameless One, why did you run after them? Oh, here you are. Excuse us, pardon us. Coming through. Well, we got our Clot Charm back, but, still not the right people. How about you? Oh yeah, hang on, you guys look important. Greetings! The small, wiry thug is swathed in rags, dyed red and black. Glances at you as you approach. They're in gamer colors. Were the math and logic puzzles not supposed to be the most fun part? See, this is why we get along. Man does not speak. He only glares at you. Doesn't look like he's the leader of this small band. I'm gonna guess it's this one who has my hairstyle. Heavyset thug is swathed in rags, yada yada yada. Greetings! And how can I help you then, Governor? Man's face breaks into a sneer. Looks to me you need a healer. You're one of the ones... We got there. We finally found the right thug. You're one of the ones who robbed a monk in the hive. Took his prayer bead necklace? Some saltwood line scrawled all over his face. Claimed he could have put us in the dead book. It lets us bob him blind. Never even heard of such assault, I haven't. Maybe you'd better give me back the necklace before I put you all in the dead book. Lie. That is interesting. The rest of his order is looking for you. The brothers of Eret Ag seem to know you quite well. I don't really know what this means, but it sounds fun. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. Necklace is of no value to anyone not of his order. Perhaps I could buy it from you.
Idiots who robbed
Who
a greater devil.
They robbed a monk.
Yeah, monk.
Hun, do you know who the brothers of Eret Ag are? Does that strike a bell? You don't have to look it up. I was just if it's not off the dome, then because I'm not sure if this is us like agreeing or if this is a veiled threat. I'm just trying to figure out the tone. I think we'll go with this, which is the unveiled threat. I'd be watching where you be letting those threats fly. I keep slipping back into like Scottish brogue, and I'm trying to do the. I'll be watching where you be letting those threats fly, Governor. You let another one slip your tongue, I'll give you a second smile, Jake. If you think you can take me, bring it. Alright, so. Is the reason... Hang on, let me just double check. Oh, because we didn't rest. That's why. Alright, never mind. We punch! And by punch, I mean stab. Okay, good, good. Everybody buckle up. We might be here a while. Never mind, he's dead. Hi, Jasmine. Why do you have 18 charisma? You're going to tell everyone the truth. Listen, when I know when the lie is advantageous, I'll definitely pick it. All right. That's another more different knife. Okay, that's just a regular knife. A non-rusty knife. Battle axe seems good. There are the beads. All right. Wait, hang on. Show me that. No, okay. It looked like it was purple, but it was only because I had it selected. All right, one quest done. Wait, blue, blue, blue. See a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor... Sorry, I need to back up. I imagine I probably just sounded completely manic just then, but we completed one quest, and then I happened to look at the bottom of the screen and saw someone with dark hair wearing blue, who may or may not be Nod's sister. And my brain just sort of skipped all the way to the end of that sentence and just went blue, 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 blue. Like a little bird. Reason it's a lie is because Eret Ag is an only child. Good, very good. The brothers of Eret Ag are the monastic...
Why do you have 18 charisma if you're going to tell everyone the truth?
Yeah, that's fair.
Bad road.
Like I said, I
Bad
didn't understand if that was a threat or not, and I didn't want to get buddy-buddy with the thugs, which is what I was worried.
We have 18 charisma for when we meet that companion, and you know the one I'm talking about.
We have an 18 charisma for when we meet that companion. Excited to find out what that means. Thank you, Bob. That'll be fun to try and reason out later. Jackal, jackal, it's a jackal, jackal. Truth is often more useful than lies. Fewer broken hearts, more friends. You can be charming without lying. True in life. In video games, sometimes it's fun to be a jackass. But, as we've evidenced... Oh, baby girl. As we've evidenced already, the Nameless one is kind of a jerk anyway. So I'm okay kind of riding the rudder a bit here. Okay, now that I've explained myself ad infinitum, let's actually get to snuggling the cat. No, let's get to reading the text. You don't want me to read the text? Okay, snuggle first. Good cat. It's a very good cat. Very good girl. Yes, you are. The sweetest of... Oh, armpit scritches. Armpit scritches. There we go. Any game can be a dating sim if you have a high enough charisma.
I mean, it's not necessarily true, but it should be.
Like, as an ace person, I do appreciate when games are like, actually, we're not doing romance, screw you. But also, yeah, it's... That's what fanfiction is for. Mm-hmm. You want the lap or you want to stand over there and scream?
Scream! Obviously.
That's the mic stand. Are you trying to win a fight against the mic stand? Okay. Who's Mike? And how does he have a stand? Is he a JoJo? You see a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love? Greetings! Woman looks coyly at you. Now you look to be a blood who's lost something. I hope I can help you find it, Cutter. Oh? What good fortune! You probably lost what we're looking for back at your kip. I am actually missing a journal. Do have some questions. I am actually missing a journal. Eh? What are you about? Forget the journal. Maybe you can help me... No. Questions. I'm not a tout. Unless you've some jink to pay for your time. I can pay. For a handsome basher like yourself, 3 coppers will be enough to loosen me tongue. Other questions of a deeper chant will cost you more. That's super fair. Hey, now. There were some things I wanted to know. Alright. Tell me about Sigil. Tell me what's of interest. Tell me about the Lady of Pain. Okay, none of these are non-related, so we're going to go ahead and assume that this is not the person. You're lost. When you get tired of losing things and need to find some things, come to see me. I'll keep that in mind. Jeep, can you spot me some jink? It's been a long time, it has. I'm not even going to ask how you intend to accomplish this. Twice the cost for the Mimir, or any other degenerate. Mimir? Mimir is a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. Well, don't sweat it, Mort. From the looks of her, I'm probably saving you from dying twice. Rude. Let's just get out of here. Alright, let's go get our eye. And then we'll continue looking. Saw a 4-player run of Stardew Valley. 1 person mined, 1 farmed, 1 fished, and 1 dated. Yeah, I actually love that. Alright, you're in blue, but your hair is not dark, and we've already talked to you, and you're all smitten with Ignis. Which is understandable. Ignis is pretty good looking. Talk to Ebb Creek Knees, because your name is amazing. You said you had my eye. I like it back now. You want it back? Price is 500 coins. You don't got it? You don't get it. Alright, here. I do have charisma. I maybe could have haggled that, but it's more fun to just be like, sure, that's not even half of my gold. Thank you, Bob. It's a deal he produces... it's a deal. He produces a darkened, wax-stoppered, wide-mouthed bottle from his pocket. Just been keeping it there the whole time. Your lucky eye. You hear the sound of liquid sloshing around inside it, alongside a heavier, squishier noise. Opening it, the stench of some sort of preservative agent nearly makes you gag. Floating in the viscid muck is an eyeball. Better figure out what you want to do with that. Now you've exposed it to the air, you might as well put a pickled egg in the jar for all the good it'll do you. Make up your mind, pickled egg or not.
Egg.
Tear out your eyeball and replace it with this one in the socket. Why not? Hello? What happened here? Lost copper, gained experience. With a moment's hesitation, you reach into your socket, pop your eye into the palm of your hand. The bartender helpfully severs the optic nerve. Thanks, pal. You did your real one. And directs your hand to the jar of goo that sits on the bar. You deposit your eye in the preservative, wrap your fingers around the old one, slide it into your empty socket. Pain of this entire operation is incredible. After a moment, though, feel the optic nerve reattaching itself to this new eye, and suddenly, you are hit by a flash of memory. Oh no, it's that one X-Files episode about the haunted eye. Absorb it. A vast expanse of chaotic, ever-changing wasteland stretching before you. A group of humanoid vultures plummeting towards you, cruel weapons ready to strike, your own shining blade clutched tight in your fist. 3 tufts surrounding you in the colors of an enemy you can't quite place. Long daggers glisten in their hands, and the light glints cruelly from their exposed teeth. You glance at your scarred hands, and know that soon they'll be covered in blood. An enormous frog-like creature comes bounding over through under chaos stuff, headed for you with a mouthful of teeth. You hurl your javelin through the shifting matter, and pin the creature to a sudden stone plinth. You've recalled some of your lost fighting skills. Sure, let's ask more questions. Proficiency points increased permanently. Neat! Something head of Vecna. Who are you? What is this place? What can you tell me about the patrons here? No, we're good. Actually, I lied. Looking for a journal. Journal. Paper and words, friend? That sort of thing don't get much stock down here in the Hive. Folks here can barely read the sign above the door, much less an entire journal. If you're looking for a journal, you'd do better to have a system instead of asking folks willy-nilly. Thanks for the unasked for advice. Good day. I missed it. Did we lose half of our health just from plucking our eye out? Because that's appropriate, if so. Alright, one more question, actually. Wrong one. You. Oh, Barkas. What is this place? Who is the corpse? We know this. The patrons. Alright. I was going to see if we could, like, get a room for the night and rest so we get our spells back. And away! Alright. It's 2 things off our list. The first sounded like Vrox. Yeah, that was the vulture-like humanoids. And the last one sounded like a slod. Yeah, a frog thing with teeth in a chaos plane. That makes sense. Oh! It's you! That's the Nod sister. I sound like barking wilder the longer I play this game, because I'm just going to shout random things that are not connected to anything else, because I'm holding like 7 quests in my head at all times. See a young woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. This sounds familiar. Thankfully, the game helpfully gives us her name, so we know it's her. Seeking some company, love. Are you by any chance Emerise? He stares at you silently for a time, then speaks. I was called that once, long ago. Who are ye? I was sent to find you by Nod, your brother. He's worried about you, and I hoped I could tell him how you were. Nod? He's alive? Where? Why didn't you come to seek me out himself? Why didn't he come to seek me out himself? I think he's ashamed. He's a collector now, living in poverty in Ratpicker Square. He doesn't seem quite right.
Updated my journal.
Hi, Ben. The dulcet tones you may be hearing are Ben, registering his discontent with the state of the world, which is understandable.
Jasmine ran him, and
Oh.
he lost.
He chased Jasmine, and then she went to home base, and now he's complaining that that's not fair.
Yeah.
He was a bit touched even as a child, when his name was Thodas. Oh, I've missed him so. Ashamed, though. My own work's no more proud. At least I'm doing well for myself. For a hiver, at any rate, eh? I must visit him soon. Are you a friend of Nod's, or... of a sort, yes, why? Could you give this to him? She steps close to you and offers a pouch of what looks to be about 100 copper comments. I swear I'll get it to him.
Updated my journal.
Hands you the pouch. I thank ye. Go speak to Nod for me, and tell him how I worry about him so. I will. Farewell. Hello? Why did that turn you hostile? You don't like charity?
Oh no, they just saw you get 100 gold. What do you think?
No, that's fair.
Dude, money!
Well,
Damn.
now they have no more gold and are also dead.
Done.
That one didn't even have loot. Oh, you guys too, huh? Like, listen, not for nothing, but y'all don't do well fighting my Githzerai, the warrior dude, and Skull. And so far, you're like 0 for 17. Does it count as a hostile creature if they're running away? I guess it does. You'll run out of map eventually. Thank you. They do neither good nor well. Yeah, you got me there. Mort, open wide. You know what time it is. Hold all the jangly. Alright, that's all that. And we still don't know what this is, do we? If you're ever capable of examining an object further or performing an action on the object, the Use button will appear. Okay, so still gonna do this thing first. I'm gonna do this thing. This is your eye. It looks like it's seen better days. Good, good. Let's do this. Copper earring looks extremely old. Looks like it was meant to be worn, but there doesn't seem to be a hook or any means of actually attaching it to your ear. Series of strange grooves on the inside of the earring. Examine the grooves. Grooves are evenly spaced along the inside of the earring. Upon closer examination, they remind you of small fangs. They are definitely man-made, but you can't figure out what they were intended for. I feel like this is a cursed earring. It has that, like, you know, you put it on and then it and then it, like I guess that would be a ring, but like, I don't know. Something tells me it's not great. Okay, and now the bar. So I think we tried to talk to Gravesend last time and kind of ran it. We got into a loop. But I think we've talked to other folks since then, so let's see if we have any luck. Ah, traveler, come to sign the contract, perhaps. You the one who signed the dead contract with Engyar? Mayhap. Do not recall the name. I like this. Do you have that contract with you? He frowns and looks into the folds of his robes. Do not normally keep the documents with me, but it may be that pulls forth a sheet of papers from within his robes and begins leafing through documents. No, I don't have it on me. Would you like me to fetch it from one of the back rooms? If you could, I'd like to see it. Hold on a moment.
Updated my journal.
Hell yeah. After a while, Mortai returns, a dusty piece of parchment in his hands. He holds it up, allowing you to see it, but he does not allow it to leave his grip. Smart. Look over the parchment. And there it is, sir. Engyar, very somber fellow, very quick to sign. And now a much richer fellow. Glance over the contract. It looks genuine and very official. Very well, looks like an order. Mortai puts the contract away, and you notice he tucks it into his robes instead of putting it in the back room. Mortai clucks his tongue. Does that answer your questions about the contract? Well, I'd like to settle that contract. I'm afraid that's impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. Tearing his life apart. Tearing the man's life apart is causing him distress. It is possible that he may not even be able to approach the true death with such emotions turning in his mind. That seems like it has promise. I don't remember if we've tried that before. Right, we know this doesn't work because we did try that. Let's try this, because now that we've learned more about it. Contract is tearing the man's life apart. It is causing him distress. It's possible he may not even be able to approach the true death with such emotions churning in his mind. Mortai chews it over for a moment. Looks like you've negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It is a matter of law, my friend. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his own feelings in order to reach the true death. I cannot... So what you're saying is that you'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment? Mordai sighs and holds up his hands as if to placate you. Look, it is not how you are making it out to be. You obviously hold the philosophy of the dustman in contempt to damn a man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your conduct in this regard? If not, they soon will. Mordai glares at you for a moment, opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it. By the 9 hells. Reaches into his robes and throws the contract at you. Here! All for a man's peace of mind. Now be gone! We are gonna win through debate club. Saving the world with the power of pedantry. Wait. It's not that. Is it this one? It's this one. I'm so glad that worked.
You're gonna get so yelled at, you know, right?
Of course I'm gonna get yelled at. Okay. Do we... So... Angiar's wife specifically was like, don't tell him you're looking into this, or don't tell him I mentioned this, because he'll react badly. So let's tell her first, and see how she wants to play this. Angiar's wife looks up hopefully as you approach. Were you able? Yes, I was able to get the contract for Mordai. She looks relieved and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers! You must be a diva in disguise to do such a thing for someone you barely know. I will give her the contract.
Dated my journal.
Hooray! Nay, nay. If you could show me husband the contract. Say that you got it for him. Don't say how. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Oh, Angiar! He doesn't look any better than before. As you approach him again, he turns slowly to face you. His face tightens. Ye again! Didn't you hear me the first time, you pox-ridden dog? Get out of me house, or so help the powers I'll carve you where you stand. Show him his dustman contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angiar's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words. Then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where'd you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me. I took it from a dustman. Well, no. Let's just tear it up. Let's just... explaining nothing. And just walk up. Meh.
Updated my journal.
You tear up the parchment, and Angiar's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens, as if a great weight was lifted from him. He looks like he's about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free, not in the hive, Cutter. Consider this free, and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. It's the most paladin shit.
Not Superman.
You're right, exactly. Thank you again, Bob. You feel the need to pay me? I had some questions. Ooh, I like that. You feel the need to pay me? I had some questions. Ask you the questions. Did you sign it? I'm looking for a man named Farah. We know where he is. Oh, it's a journal of mine. Haven't seen such a thing as that. Other questions? I'm going to ask you about Farah, but we already know. But we might get some more information. I don't know. Aye, that name be known to me. And not a fond name it is, either. What can you tell me about him? He's one of them collectors, one with a long shadow. Has quite a few boys at his beck and call. May not be a lord of the realm, but he's not a smart one to tangle with, lord or no. Do you know where I can find him?
Updated my journal.
Hey, at least we get XP for asking, even if we already know the answer. That's kind of neat. Aye, but I wouldn't be doing you a favor telling you. One of me kin fell into his lot a few months back. Spilled some of the dark of old Farad. To hear tell, Farad's actually got his cape buried somewhere under Ragpicker Square. To get to it, there's some kind of portal you need to jump through while carrying some junk in your hand. Oh. Interesting. I know where Ragpicker Square is. I don't think we did this before. We knew where it was. We didn't know that it's a portal thing. All right. Go straight west from the mortuary gate. Keep going until you start seeing trash and rags piled up everywhere. You do best to walk careful there. Collectors there don't always wait for a body to die before collecting the corpse. Thank you for the information. You're wonderful. Okay, that's most of our list already.
There was another question.
There's another question? It was just, I could ask some other questions, but like...
No, there was another question.
Alright, hang on. Had some questions. I could ask him about why he signed the thing. Alright. It seemed like he was very embarrassed and ashamed. I don't want to leave this man with a temper and then walk away. That seems like a really bad idea.
Or you're gonna lance the wind.
Maybe. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna trust you on this. We do have an 18 charisma. Hopefully, we can smooth this over if it starts to go bad. Why did you sign the contract? Perhaps it's the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted you. We have less than nothing, and I need a drink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it might come from. Selling me body to the Dusties is a lot more honest than most work around here. And what caused you to change your mind? It's just, I saw one of them zombies on the streets half a month ago. One of them zombies that worked for the Dusties. And it stabbed me in my heart. I knew I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to be any part of that after death. We've all had our share of mistakes. I suppose so.
I'm gone.
There, are we happy?
Yes.
Okay.
You may have twitched your alignment a little bit.
I may have twitched my line. Well, that's fair. Speaking of, somewhere in here.
Actually, what is your alignment right now?
What is our alignment right now? We've gone up to neutral good. I think we were chaotic good a minute ago. 'Cause I think we started at chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
And then we got to chaotic good, and now we're at neutral good. Which is honestly my favorite alignment, personally.
Right.
Alright.
It's
That's
more like
all that.
calling,
I'll
I
pause here
give
for a
shit
moment.
about people. What's wrong with that?
Right, it's just I just want the world to be a better place. Why can't we all just work together on that? Find Craddock. Oh, we did find Craddock. Hang on. Where did I find? Saw you earlier. Was it? Oh, it might have been down here. I saw Craddock and I thought the name. I'm like, we've talked to them before. Maybe in the bar?
Probably in the bar.
Double back. This is why I'm glad the game also has its own journal, because for sure I forget to write stuff down. For a moment, make sure I haven't missed somebody out here. Nope, okay. In we go. Yeah,
I'm gone.
Entry and ebb. Real quicks. Oh. I remember hearing the name the Mercy Killers. But I don't remember anything more than that.
Justice-minded dickwads?
Justice-minded dickwads. That fits the name. And we found out that Ebb Creek needs his harmonium, I think, right?
Fucking cop.
Yeah, it is.
Free league.
Free league.
Free league.
Oh, see Craddock.
Done.
I know I saw that name. Did we not pick this up? We did. These are just old knives. Yeah. Because I could get the knives and sell the knives, but I don't really feel like it. That's the warehouse. Let's go. This is where we made friends with the gang. So I know Craddock isn't here. Hold, please.
I'm gone.
A lot of Dabus. Who was it that we... Porphyrion. Alright, or Porphyrion, pardon me. Alright, we're also supposed to get a, oh yeah, Requin was the cursed person, I think. Listen, a lot happens in this game. I'm not going to remember everybody's deal. There's Craddock. See, a huge man. Right. All we had to go on for Craddock was that him big. That's all we had to go on was him big. Hey, Al. What's with the Dabai? I just noticed that a bunch of them all gathered around one building doing maintenance, I assume. And I'm like, oh, that building must be in real bad shape. See, a huge man watching the...
Attack one.
Maybe right before the break. What did you miss? We completed like 4 quests. So I got Angyar's dead man contract back from the Dusties through the power of debate. And we tore it up right in front of him, so he's doing better now. We found Nod's sister, who gave us 100 gold to give to, or 100 copper to give to Nod, which we're on the way to do now. We got the necklace for the pacifist martial artist monk person. So we have that. We got our eye back from the bartender and hot swapped our hardware, and then had a bunch of memories about traveling the plane, fighting all manner of dangerous stuff. And now we found Craddock, who is the like messenger, the like jovial messenger person asked us to go find. You see a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He's hunched slightly, as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. What do you mean unpleasant smell? That's perfectly fine smell. Greetings! The man glances down at you, and his frown deepens. Aye, what are you sniffing around here for? Are you Craddock? Mayhap. If I am, what be it to ye? I come with a message from Bane the Sender. The message states, the shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day, or there will be a penalty. By the hells! And they be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? Alright then, your message has found its way to the right ears, for all the good it did you. What's the problem? Look around ye. Laggards and half-wits can barely keep up with the load as it stands. Now you need doing it at half the time. Do you need my help? I tell you what I need, all my men to show up for work. July's gone missing since this morn, and I need him back now. Where'd he go? That high-bred goat is probably passed out at the street somewhere by the smoldering corpse. He should be here helping us. Worthless sod. I could go find him for you. Oh, you could ye?
I appreciate that you have absolutely taken on superhero voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're neutral good now. We're neutral good now. We need neutral good voice. Oh, you could ye? And now why would you do that? Actually, I kind of did this sort of like halfway Zap Brannigan thing for Gravesend, and now it's just sort of stuck because I keep doing the greetings, and it just sort of grew from there.
Did Superman say greetings like that?
I don't think so,
Exactly.
but Guy Gardner would. You need the help, don't you? Doesn't sound like you can.
What?
You can spare the time to go looking for him, and there's work to be done. Craddock is silent for a moment, then nods. Aye. Ye find July, ye tell him to drag his worthless bum-ridden hide, and I'll pay for your trouble. When you found him. Now get! It is likely by the smoldering corpse. I know where that is. I was literally just there.
Updating
Farewell.
my journal.
And our pet Lim has come to find us. So, on that note, we're just going through the getting a whole bunch done this stream. So much so that they've our swag is too different. They'll kill us. It's time to run ads. 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll be back to talk to Bane the Sender, get Nod his money, find July. That's it. That's all I got. See all of you. I've been over here terrorizing my partner with terrible superhero impressions. I should
Greetings and salutations!
I should issue a retraction. When I said Guy Gardner, what I meant was Booster Gold. Booster Gold would say greetings in that exact sort of cadence. You'd think it'd make it sound fancy. All right, so we're going back again to the Smoldering Corpse Bar. They're going to be so sick of them. Zounds! Yes, it is I, Zounds.
Look, at this point, you need to just shut down the bar. Steal the guy on fire and, like, go from there.
Shut down the bar, steal the guy on fire. I think if we take Ignis, it does probably shut down the bar. That's fair. All right, we've seen July. That name sounds familiar. And they're near the bar. Oh, look, there they are. There they are now. Would he also say, stay a while and listen? Are you July? If so, Craddock needs you back at the marketplace. Craddock. Me Genres boss. Well, you can tell him this. He can pike off. And that he's a filthy dog, a cur of the lowest sort, and July's not working for him anymore. Jabs you with his finger. Tell him that. I'll tell him from a distance. And back we go.
Message quest.
Right, we went to here.
All right.
Metal Gear 5 flashbacks. Don't tell Kojima about the man on fire. He'll suddenly change his identity. Reveal when he finds out that everyone figured out he was the kid from the demo in like 2 minutes. So the Summer Game Fest was recently. You know what I mean? The last the mostly last week, I guess. Was Summer Game Fest or the weekend. It's not important. Recently. And I tend to watch some of the like adjacent reveals because there are lots of good little like indie collectives that have a bunch of little things that otherwise I would basically never hear about. But it's also nice because usually like right after that series of showcases, a lot of games come out with release dates. Which I'm always a big fan of release dates, and none of this has anything to do with Kojima, thank goodness. But I am very excited about a witch executioner Assassin's Creed game called 1666 Amsterdam, where the first thing you get to do, according to the demo, is pick your cat, and the personality of cat like changes the things that you can do as a witch, which I think is incredibly cool. But I also bring it up because there's a Plague Tale game that's a prequel starring Sophia that's coming out in like mid-July. So probably as soon as we're done with this, I'm gonna stream that because I'm very excited. Because it's Plague Tale. First of all, it's Plague Tale, but also the game looks good on its own merits. But and also it's Sophia, and Sophia's great. So yeah, you mentioned Kojima, and it made me think of the Summer Game Fest, and that made me think about Plague Tale, and now I'm very happy. A Plague Tale Revengeance. Amelia Rising. Try to imagine Amelia with the like Raiden the cyborg jaw thing, just slicing a big rat in slow motion. I know, actually, now that I say that out loud, I would absolutely play that game. That sounds amazing. I like the idea of a Plague Tale prequel, but I really want to know what happens next still. Yes, same. I agree. This is very much a holdover. But like also, yeah, I hope we get more. Anyway. Credit. His scowl has deepened since you first saw him. It looks like it's about to crack his face in two. I found July? Is that right? Where is he then? He said that I should fill in for him. Are we that neutral good? Let's find out.
No.
He said to Pike off that you were a cur of the lowest sort and that he wasn't going to work for you any longer. He said that I should fill in for him.
Updated my journal.
Oh, come on.
Craddock studies you for a moment. Ha! You couldn't. Mayhap you can. Hard work. There's no drinking on my watch. Understood. Let's get started. I made $10 whole and 500 experience.
Sucker!
I got paid.
Unionize this place.
Unionize this.
Find out what's actually wrong.
We don't know that I didn't unionize this place. We just know that I also made 10 cash dollars. Work is long, but at the end of the shift, you are not the least bit tired. Hell yeah. This truly is a fantasy game. Craddock grunts as you return. You did well enough. Here's your pay. Now get. We've no more use for you. Fantastic. Palpatine. Do it. Do it. There's a clip. Sorry, today is just going to be a night of constantly getting, halfway into stuff. But there's a wonderful clip from Castle Super Beast, which is a wonderful duo of streamers, I guess. It's Wooly with this incredible like trickster god smile, just leaning into the mic, going, "Do it, do it." If you look up Castle Super Beast, "Do it," you'll probably see the clip, and it's magnificent. Learning the context makes it even better somehow.
So you know what's fun?
What's fun?
If you let Mort learn, be exposed to, shall we say, language, his taunt ability gets stronger.
If you let Mort be exposed to language like cursing?
Yep.
If you swear around the skull, his taunt ability gets more effective.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like Craddock is actually an opportunity to get a boost for him.
I love that so much. Alright. This doesn't seem like it's a door, but I'm going to click on it. I want to see what happens. Oh. It's the door when it's open. Got it. I'm like, that angle just seems wrong. Alright, we need to go find Nod and give him the money and let him know that Amelise is alive. 13 and a half more years of that and you can afford your eye. Buddy, we just zoned in. Are you sure? Okay, they were sure. 13 and a half more years of that and you can afford your eye.
I'm gone.
Boss makes the silver, I make a copper. I don't really know how to rhyme that, but yeah. Alright, that's that. Rock, paper, square. That's where we're going. Alright, so we also... Now we know that we need to be able to get through a portal to get to Farad, but we still don't know what the portal is, or what the portal key is, which I guess is the more important piece. Every other collector, where'd my nod go? Who took my nod? There's my nod. I make copper while boss makes a silver, so on company time, their supplies I pilfer. Love it.
Yeah.
Spectacular. That's so good. Boss makes a silver, I make a copper. That's why I threw his shorts in the hopper. We're getting into some real, like, salute your shorts kind of lyrics with this, and I'm here for it. Someone comes to speak to Nod. Speaks to Nod, aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs and then nods to himself. I spoke to your sister, Emerise. He did? Not so happy he is. How's Nod's sister? Tell him of Emerise. Tell Nod, please. His excitement sets off a long series of hacking coughs. When he can finally speak again, he asks, "Is she so pretty? So pretty?" She is. She's a prostitute now in the hive. She's doing well and is worried for you. He's a servant. Yeah, at a tavern in the hive.
Sex working is not a shameful thing.
There's nothing to be ashamed of here. It's an honest profession. I did choose a whore, and one so foul I doubt I'd be even... I doubt I'd be with her even free of charge.
Dude.
That's so mean. That's so mean. We're going with the first one. Not so pleased to know his sister's all right. Anything more? Anything more, she said for Nod. She wanted you to have these copper commons. She will also visit you as soon as she can find the time.
Updated my journal.
Nod's head stops nodding abruptly, and his jaw drops as you hand him 100 coins, quietly, subtly under the table. Beneath the dirt brown hood, his eyes gleam with joy. Such wonderful news it is. Good, wonderful news, Nod thanks ye, and thanks ye again, and thanks ye 1,000 times more, Glad I could help.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Hell yeah. Let's level up.
Blade has changed.
Ooh. Saving throws improved, fighting skills improved, weapon has changed. Okay, that wasn't just a voice line. That's actually a real thing that's happened. 5 hit points, 1 from Khan. Alright. Do I get to see... Hang on. Here. Chained Blade. I don't remember if it was an enchanted blade before. That's extremely cool. There's a little voice in the Nameless One's head telling him to say these awful things. The dialogue options are literally his intrusive thoughts. I like that headcanon a lot, actually. Where it's like, these are all the things that
Previous lifetime.
these are all the things that pop up for a second, and in the Nameless One's mind, they're like, no, we're not saying that. No, stop it. No. Relatable. Anyway, okay. Well. So. That. Oh, yeah, we gotta find. Where's Porphyron? Been a strange man in the hive. Soldiers, I won't let him. Group of thugs have taken his necklace. Yada yada yada. Dressed in red and black. Oh, it literally says they were dressed in red and black. Okay. Cool, I've done that. Now I need to find where Porphyron was. Ingress was the person who won't go through portals anymore. I don't think we have removed Curse yet. But maybe there's another way to remove Requint's Curse than just throwing magic at it. Right, Rock was the one who needs a gold, silver, and bronze ring. We've got the silver and bronze ring. We ran into someone in Rock's tent who ran off, but I don't know how to find them. It's called a headcanon because the thoughts could get you shot for saying them. Okay, now we also need to go find Bane. If I search here, does it tell me where I found them? Oh, and Bane also literally told me he was in the marketplace, and I missed that. Whoops. And then Did I misunderstand your name? Hang on, do this again. No, Porphyron. Nope. Monk? Nope. Necklace. Man with a series of shifting lines claims the necklace of his order, stolen by thugs dressed in red and black. Okay, so none of these tell me where to return to. Ah!
If underscore when underscore Y says take a fucking sip, babe.
Thank you. Mostly lurk mode, gotta clean my body. That's an important task, and I wish you all the luck. Alright, now find. Right, not here. Now we go zone by zone looking for. Gotta see a man about a necklace. I can't remember who we haven't talked to. I could just start talking to everybody again. Hang on. You have asked me to fight a Dabus several times.
Right, save first.
I did just quick save. Greetings! It turns to face you. A series of symbols appear around its head. A slight glow about them, and they just hover there. Can ask 2 friends to translate. I have some questions. What are you doing? You doing about that? Can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? A lone symbol appears above the Dabu's head. This one shows a metallic female mask. Okay, I think we've asked this before. Alright, so we can't attack them through dialogue. We have to actually just, like...
Oh, there was the question about Bell. That was actually...
Nope, hang on.
Oh.
Thugs. Actual combat.
Damn.
Karok things true.
Damn it.
Hooray! Don't want that. We don't want the same thing still. Sure, $9. Now we save. Alright, so yeah, let's ask about Fel, who is the Davus who doesn't do a floaty. Tell me about Fel. A lone symbol appears over the Davus's head. It is a white oval split by a black lightning bolt. Davus floats the symbol for a few seconds, then turns away, ignoring you. Save again. And now we smash. Cool, they've all turned. We're super dead, obviously. Oh, wait, hang on. It's running. Follow.
Zippy little fucker.
Well, yeah, it's not having to deal with coefficient of friction. Sorry, friend, you've run out of map.
Did you see that?
Hooray!
Feel stronger.
Wow. They're worth a lot of XP. Probably not worth it.
I'm gone.
Were you expecting something else to happen?
I'm waiting for something else to happen.
I gotta go. Whoop, not there.
You
Did-
probably do want to reload from the last quick save.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
You see,
Maybe we have to wait a few seconds.
oh, do we have to attack them and then... Okay, so here's my guess, and you can tell me if I'm hot or cold. I'm guessing once we take on the Davus, the lady gets involved.
Maybe.
Alright. That... The coyness of your maybe makes me think I'm close. You see Porphyron, still standing grimly on the street, paying no heed to the passerby. Web of lines on his face are staggered into a series of right angles. This one addresses you, Porphyron. As you speak, the angles on Porphyron's face relax into a series of strange curves. This one would ask, do you have the neck rope of beads that was stolen? I think so, is it?
Needed my journal.
This one seeks what you hold. Those are the beads once missing. He takes them from you. You notice his hands have the same tracery of lines on them as his face. This one has a question. How did you get the beads from the three? I killed them. I talked them out of it. I bought it from them. I wanted to talk them out of it. I didn't understand the lie I was trying to tell, so I killed them. This one is content. The message of violence has been conveyed. This one bestows several welcome thanks, yes? Amaze, amaze, amaze. The pleasure was mine. I have a question for you, though. If you cannot enter combat, how did you get your warrior training? This one clarifies. The Erit Og may train with one when there is no anger between them. Oh! Oh, are you like the fighter trainer if we want to switch back? Could you teach me how to use those weapons? This one could instruct you, yes. But this one warns you, with knowledge of violence comes temptation to use it. I sure hope so. No, never mind then.
I feel stronger.
Hooray! We should probably rest before going to try and see Farad. We gained 1 hit point. Cool. Love that for us. But we did get more here. A third chromatic orb has entered the chat. We have Blur. Can't remember what Blood Bridge does. Bizarre compact of the healer's heart and the merchant's mind. Necromantic spell transforms your very body into a marketplace that barters life and death. Cool. So what does it do? Your life essence can be given to others. Oh. Mage can select any living non-undead. Well, there's only one of those in our party. Within touch range and drain life from themselves. 2 hit points plus 1 per level of the caster and give it to the target. That's neat. Ice Knife. Love Ice Knife. And then... grants immense strength. Spell increases the target's strength score by a certain number of points, which will which will still be qualified by race class restrictions. The spell cannot bestow a strength of 19 or greater. The bonus is as follows. Priests and rogues get 1d6, warrior gets 1d8, and wizard gets 1d4. That's not super worth it, I don't think. There'll be an edge case somewhere where we need a slightly higher strength score. Most of the time, I don't think that's going to get us there. Yeah, we're going to go Ice Knife. We don't have any third level spells or spell slots, which is fine. We save. Alright, let's see. Right, we need to find, the... Barker? Tort? I'm not sure what we'd call the... What's his name? Buddy, you don't want this. You think you want this, and you're wrong.
Damn.
We've done immeasurable damage to the Hive Thug population. They may never recover. Eventually. This is why we need to rest. Then I can just throw a spell at this person. Right now I'm going to have to go with Wrath. And this one kind of looks like a transitional phase between Vampire Raziel and Wraith Raziel from Legacy of Kain's Soul Reaver. Like it's Soul something. Hey, Soul something. Someone throw a rock at these Lim. That's so mean. The Hive will always have more thugs. Yeah, we can always build more killbots. Okay. You know, it hadn't occurred to me. Do I also... I assume the answer is yes. Do I also pick... I do also pick your spells. I love that these are your spells. Reign of Anger. Streams of unerring missiles that strike those that oppose you. Alright, so that's Magic Missile. Grants +1 to hit and +1 to saving throws to all creatures that are... Oh, that's Bless. Gimme. When the will is submerged, new strength is gained. A magical orb of protective energy arises and protects the recipient. Protection from good and evil, maybe? Or close to it. Vilkar's Eye. The targeted creature fails its saving throw at -1 penalty. The creature will be struck with blindness and suffer a -4 penalty to its attack rolls and a +4 to the target's AC. That's also neat, but I think we've got a good spread here. Alright.
Done.
Now I need to find Bane. Am I saying that right? I think that's correct. Okay, we need to remove this. There. Bane the Sender. Yeah. Alright. Sender, that's not Tout. Tout are the information-y peoples. And Sender are presumably messenger types? I don't know. Hey, Crier, do you know where Bane is? Are y'all in, like, a union? Greetings! The man stops his frenzied chanting and glares at you with his tear-rimmed eyes. He opens his parched mouth to speak, but all he can manage is a withered croak. Why are you crying? His voice is so hoarse that it sounds like he has been without water for days. As you watch, a tear trickles down his face. I am a crier of Essanon. And who is that?
Completed my journal.
Who is Essanon? Essanon is not a man, but a city. Why do you cry for a city? Don't cry for me, Argentina. Sorry. We cry its name because Essamon must not be forgotten. All the criers of Essamon carry this burden. You born a city? Why do you do such a thing? I feel like this has an obvious answer, but we're going to ask it anyway. This is not how a town crier works. No, but I love this reinterpretation. It's very Amelia Bedelia. Because its name is all that remains. Its avenues of light, its great spiraling parks. When it was laid waste and reduced to memory, only 70 of its people survived. It was our duty to see that its name was remembered across the plains. Many criers of Essanon have died for the sake of remembering. Many. It places you and the others at risk. Why don't you stop? The tears I shed, the dust that cloaks me, These things are as nothing compared to what awaits should I give up my sacred burden. We must see to it that its name is remembered. We are living memorials to its passage. If everyone forgets it, it's like it never existed. What happens if you all die? I feel like we're just the worst at asking questions that, like, ruin people's whole day. Or maybe we're the best at it, but anyway. A fresh tear springs to the crier's eye. Even his dust-caked face cannot disguise his look of despair. I do not know! We criers of Essanon cannot mourn it forever. Even now the dust clings to our robes, the spit dries in our mouths, our bodies wither and die. I got the skull over here. He looks like he could use a good cry. You are kind to ask, Crier shakes his head. Unless you can immortalize Essanon, there is no help to be had. Can we I think this guy's day was pre-ruined. You're right, you got me there. Have you tried writing it down? We can build a memorial? Must it be immortalized by a man would a tombstone serve? Tombstone? It's a stone that records a man's name, his life, and a eulogy. It serves. It serves a person. Could it not also serve a city that has died? Stones may do such things? Yes. And their lifetime is much longer than humans. I'm trying to degender this probably unnecessarily, but here we are. If his name was carved on stone, would Essanon's memory be served? You've been served. The man pauses. Would others see this name? Yes, it'd be there for all to see long after you've died. Local person reinvents concept of memorial wall, disrupts the death industry. Man nods. If such a thing were possible, where would one find such a stone? I could look for one. If I find one, I could see to it that Essanon's name is carved upon it. You would do this? You would be setting all the criers of Essanon free, but a score of us remain. The burden of remembering that would be over after so many years. I'll do so. I'll return when the name is carved.
My journal.
Well, I wasn't looking for an additional quest, but I am glad we stopped here. Let's see, this is the right Office of Vermin and Disease Control. We've been by here. They offer us a copper per cranium rat tail. Dr. Miriam, the fishmonger. The knower of fish things. Have we talked to Iron Nails? I don't recognize that name. Broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. She kicks at the beams with iron-shod boots. Every once in a while, she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hands. She holds each one up, appraising it, then drops it into a leather sling bag. Greetings! He has, in fact, not tried writing it down. Does seem like an excellent use case for Magic Mouth. Remember that we lived. And just saying that every time someone walks by. She straightens up, hearing your approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance and the way her hand rests close to the hilt of her weapon, you can tell she's ready for trouble. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? Questions? Ask away, then. What are you doing? What did it look like I was doing? Collecting nails. Why? I sell them to a man named Hamris in the lower ward. Maker of coffins. Good. That's good. Tell me more about Hamris. Not much to say. He's a bit chatty. We'll rattle his bone box till you bar me. You let him, but a fair bargainer. He needs the nails. I need the jink. That's about as far as it goes. Where's this lower ward? He used to know the way, but the Dabus have changed the streets around again. Don't know how to get there now. I need to chart a new path. Figure the Dabus will straighten things out eventually. Does anyone else scavenge nails? No one was clever enough or had the will to do it before me, and I've shoved off anyone who's tried to jump down my claim since. Wonderful. Your claim? That's what I call it. Honest labor's hard to come by in the hive, and I'm not about to let some sodden piker peel me off of my work. Set more than one Burke running and howling, holding their guts in, or off to the collectors. They were lucky. Unlucky. Either one. The hive knows this spot is Iron Nails, it does. Is that how your eye was ruined? None of your business, Burke. Why? Would you like a matching one for your collection? No, not really. I had some other questions. No, that particular one's not quite me. I'm more of an autumn. Really like the idea of using a magic mouth to say catchphrases for an adventuring party. Yes, always good. She's ready for trouble. She's listened to Team Rocket. Are you threatening to add it? We're not threatening this person. No, not really. I had some other questions. Oh, man, look for a journal. I've not seen it. You know, it's a good idea. Is a journal? I have to start one of my own. It's amazing how much one can forget. A journal can help hold on to your memories. Yeah, you're right. You're right indeed. I'll do it. Thank you for the idea. It's nothing. Very well. Neat. Right, we'll leave you to yourself. We're not swiping anything from you. Don't need Reekwind. Which of these many maps was Bane in? If all you have is nails, everyone looks like Amorous. Alright, that's all that. There's the... Did someone send us back to the bar? We gotta find a tombstone. It feels like we'd be able to find one of the... Let's check the warehouse. The warehouse that we know is currently unoccupied. Because we had a demon in a box that scared off its owner.
All right.
Make sure I don't... Oh, there's the barrier. I say the barrier. It's just a barrier, but I don't think we got their name.
All right.
All right, looks like we don't have anything. No. Okay. Fine. Who's selling tombstones? We could go to the market, I guess. Really? Buddy, you didn't know I existed until about 3 seconds ago. Just seems like you're bringing a lot of anger for no reason. With that weapon, he's a blade barrier. Awful. Not in the rusty dagger business. Take a bronze ring happily. Okay. I am half tempted, but only half, to look up where Bane is just so we can press on with more important matters. But I also vaguely recall, yes, monument. I don't think there's a tombstone here, but maybe we have a lead on one. You guys know where we can get a tombstone? Greetings! I could listen to their chanting, sure. The dustmen carry the same exact tone and rhythm. Chant rises to a near shout every few minutes, then slowly fades in a way that reminds you of an echo. Once it fades completely, the dustmen speak several lines praising the true death, then begin again. I would speak with you for a moment. The dustman lifts his head. Does not stop chanting, keeping the same pace and tone as the other dustmen. That's devotion. I mourn for one dead. Mourner suddenly stops and he studies you. You feel anguish over the one that has died. Let's see. Death does not stir emotions. I'm speaking for a friend, Adon. He's the one who feels anguish over the person who died. Recent death brought me a great deal of anguish and pain. You know, mine. Before I get into that, I have some questions for you. I petition one who has lost another. Mourner suddenly stops. Let's see. Does the one you speak of feel anguish over the one that has died? This recent death brought them a great deal of anguish and pain. We will mourn their pain if it will not give offense. If you could, it would ease their pain greatly. Alright. I don't think that works for a city, but still. We've already talked to Heptai and helped you out. Death of names. I think we've talked to you. Greetings! Dustman's eyes slide over you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name, no name. Can't help you. Need to give a name if you want to see where it's died. What?
Updated my journal.
Give it a name when you're born, give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. Buried many names here, Death of Names has. Tell me a name, I'll show you its grave. Oh. Oh. Dianara? His eyes roll to the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. Then points at a section of the wall. Buried. Examine the spot he pointed at. Chiseled into the black stone in a tiny cramped writing is the name you requested. It's almost lost beneath the sea of names around it. I'd like to bury a name. He nods, then unfolds his small hand from where it is cradled. Looks atrophied, size of a child's hand. Costing to bury a name. 3 coppers. 3. Quentin's right over here. We could bury Essinon. That seems bad. That seems like the opposite of what we should be doing. And I don't want to bury her name yet.
But Essinon would then be on a tombstone.
It would go on the wall. That's true, because he did just point us to
Right.
her name that was buried in it. Okay, so buried means the name goes on the wall. Aha! Essinon.
Updated my journal.
Aha! Coppers fall into Death of Name's hand, and he tucks his arm back to his side. His eyes, now suddenly alive, roll to the back of his head, then snap forward, begin scanning the monolith and walls of the memorial area. Wait. He catches sight of a spot on the wall, quickly scuttles over to it, hunches down, then begins to chip at the wall. Stops a few moments later, hops up, and then returns to you. Buried. The world has a finality about it that makes you uncomfortable. Cool, thanks. Who is Quentin? Did we talk to you last time we were here? He's still studying the rock, as if he could topple it with his gaze. Greetings, Quentin. Well met again, Cutter. Come to claim a slice of this rock for your name? Not yet. I had some questions. Can you tell me what this monument is again? It's a tombstone for the plains. Aha! Got it. That's okay. Now we've connected all the pieces. The 2 points, I've connected them. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there. Hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. You know what? Hang on. No. Stop. Safe. Please, there we go. All right, now. Greetings. I'd like to bury a name. Quentin. Not dead yet. That name is. Not buried here. Not time. Cool, all right. I'm actually kind of glad that didn't work, but I was curious to see. All right, that's all that. That's all this. So now we can go back here. And talk to the crier. Wait, hang on. Before we do that, stop. Map. Bane. Okay, that's what I was trying to find. I found you, big man. Were you successful in finding Craddock, good sir? Yes, and I passed along your message, although it didn't seem to please him any.
Updated my journal.
Bane doesn't seem to have heard any word after yes. Smiles and heaves a sigh of relief. Good fortune indeed. Thank you, good sir, thank you. 45 comments for delivering a message. Fair enough. Oh, more than fair, good sir, more than fair. I can say without hesitation that there is no finer profession in all Sigil than that of a runner for the House of Senders. I'll keep that in mind. Bye! Alright, good. We're multitasking. Alright, we have an hour left to actually go find Farad. And that way we'll have actually come completely full circle. Did you bury Essinon? Yes, we did. And now I'm going to go tell the crier. So it's like he really didn't want to give Craddock that message. Yeah, given the size and temperament of Craddock, I'm not super surprised.
All right.
But it did get us $10 plus the however much we just got. 45? There's the barrier. Was it not here? Maybe it's the next zone down. Listen, if I stop, I'm just going to have to kill you. And neither of us wants that. I shouldn't say that. I don't know what you want.
I'm gone.
I just need to... Ash Mantle? Just need to start making notes of where people are next time we have a quest, because the game is not going to tell us where to go back to. Dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you saw in the mortuary, this man looks confused and is glancing about as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings! Man seems relieved that you're speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I'm known as Ashmantle, one of the Dustman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well, and I'm looking for a certain establishment. A bar? Those my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Dustman bar? It's over by the mortuary where all the dustmen are. Orient yourself by the mortuary front gate, then walk directly southwest. You can't miss it. Thank you very much, traveler. I appreciate your kindness. The people of the Hive are rarely helpful in such matters. Tell me about it. Hey, can I ask you some questions? Can you place pins on the map? There is well, I can't access it right now. There is an add note function, and I don't know if I can add it to the map or where. We'll try it in a second. Mystica Journal. You know where I might find one? Do not know where you might find such a thing. I mourn its loss. Thought Dustman didn't value possessions. I'm not without sympathy for your loss. There are many things of value in one's life. You have unusual views for Dustman. Well, I'm not a common Dustman. I'm gathering that. Who are you? Why, I'm Ashmantle, one of the Ninth Circle. Ninth Circle? No such thing. I don't have time to debate the practices and ranking of the Dustman sect with you, so if you'll excuse me. Grab his hand. Your hand snaps out, but Ashmantle draws back suddenly, and you miss grabbing his wrist. You can see his Dustman facade crumple, and with a frightened look, he runs off. We don't have any reason to kill Ashmantle. But I don't know if following them to the bar is going to work. And if we kill them, we might find out their deal. I'm going to attack them, and we'll see what happens. I'm not doing this for the Dustman. This is for me. And my curiosity. Wow, that was so quick. That's the wrong one. A jagged knife. Not usable by priests. Well, that didn't answer any questions. That just raises more questions. Well, shit. You know, they can't all be winners. Alright, what was it? There's this thing. He said he was cursed by a fat, balding man who favors dressing in orange. In the upper wards. Okay, so that's a ways away. Eventually we may find a gold ring. Okay, that's it. Haha! It's all ferret all the time. Now, we still need to figure out how to, like, whatever the portal key thing is. He drinks his blood from a jagged edge? Amazing. Alright, we were going to check out, yeah, so if I do add note, does that let me... Ooh, okay. Testing. Oh, yep. Okay. And then everybody. Murder! But yes, it doesn't. Yeah, it's a pin.
Sings true.
Let's see, so if I can do... I can delete it. Ah, ha, ha, cool.
I'm
Down
gone.
there. Get some money. Go to the square. I do love all the random barks in this game. We save. We're gonna go visit Mebe and ask if we can rest, because I would like my spells for what we're about to do next. But we've done so much. We're just knocking them down. It's a great feeling. I mean, it's me. Your path brings you back here, does it, child? Could I rest here? Of course, child. Have a mess of blankets in the corner that would serve. That'd be fine, thank you. You've rested for 8 hours. Do I have... There we go. Okay. That's what the spells look like when you have them. See, I'm learning. And it's daytime. That's good. That's probably a better time to be doing the thing that we're doing. But yeah, where is... Is there... Quick loot. So, quick loot is a little bar that will just show nearby stuff that's on the ground so that we can pick it up from this without having to click on individual corpses. And it's such a good quality of life thing. I had it in Icewind Dale because I had the enhanced edition. I don't know if it was in the original or not. I don't care. It's great, and I'm glad that it's also in here. I was going to look for a formation thingy, but I don't see one. There it is, formations. Can we go for, like, everybody in a line? Show walkable. Alright. Assuming there was an original reference. There was. The original song is Dolly Dagger by Hendrix. I think I used the line as a skill name. That sounds correct. Okay, lock view on character is also a very nice option that I wish I had seen earlier. Like, at some point, I'm sure we won't want that, but for now, it's pretty great. To the trash warrens! It's a rude thing to say about Warren. And then a trash-filled archway. I mean, that seems right on the money. Let's first backtrack. There we go. Just want to let's dispel all the fog of war. Yeah, show walkable is real nice. That's also in the enhanced edition, so that might just be a general thing. But yeah, it was in Icewind Dale. There are some maps that I really just cannot visually parse, even though they're gorgeous. But from a functional perspective, I'm like, I need to know where we're going. Marrow friend. Can smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man, even from afar. Though obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Greetings! He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellowed patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from him is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lips and swallows. You deader? You're right. You deader? Dead. Hungry. He reaches out to touch you, licking his scabrous lips. No, I don't think I will. His hands claw the empty air where you were, and he gives a low whine like a pained dog. Hungry. I will step back. His hand suddenly shoots out to catch a fat white grub that was squirming in a nearby heap of offal. You feel your stomach churn as he takes the maggot and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly, then swallows. You dead? No, I'm not dead at the moment. You look dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe.
That's a point.
We do... No, that's an honest mistake. I suddenly notice he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. Looks like there's a ring on it. Still hungry. What is that finger, Bum? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly, snaggle-toothed parody of a grin. Snack. He looks ready to chew on it. Stop him. Don't eat that. Have a bite off me instead. I'm more fresh. Don't eat that. I'll bring you a whole body to eat. I mean, we have all of these hive thugs that we've just sort of left where they lay. I don't want to risk this, so we're just gonna say stop him. Grab his hand and he starts flailing against you. As he does, he bites a large chunk out of your arm. Well, too late. You are forced to let him go, not because of the pain, but because you might snap him in two should you continue to wrestle. He chews on the chunk of your flesh for a moment, then looks back at the finger bone. From eating the finger bone. Don't eat that, have a bite off me instead, I'm more fresh. He smiles and reaches for your outstretched hand.
Dude.
Give me the finger bone first. He nods greedily and lets you take the finger bone. He's already bitten us, it's too late now.
Yeah, but you don't have to lose a whole ass finger.
It's fine. His teeth sink into the meat of your forearm and pull a chunk away with a single wrench of his neck. The pain is excruciating, but Mara Friend sits on his haunches as if nothing had happened, chewing noisily at the mouthful of meat he pulled away. Thanks and farewell. All of this just to learn what this is about. A decayed and nearly meatless finger bone from a humanoid of roughly your size. There's still some odd ring on the finger. It is an intricate thing sculpted with dozens of tiny ornate flanges and decorative protrusions. Oddly enough, it seems firmly rooted to the finger, and no amount of pulling or prying will budge the thing, almost as if the ring's jagged edges have dug into this lifeless finger and refused to release it.
Finger cursed?
So well-decayed and nearly meatless finger bone from a humanoid of roughly your size, there is still some sort of odd ring. Pull the ring from the finger. Try as you might, you cannot remove the ring. It's almost as if the ring's sharp edges have dug into the lifeless finger itself and refused to release it. You have an odd feeling about it. Remove your own finger, replace it with the finger bone. Listen, buddy, I'm generally very pro body mods, but we've already got 2 big chunks missing from our arm. What's one fingy? Hot swap. You place the ring finger. You place the ring finger of your left hand into your mouth. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and bite down as hard as you can. There's a sickening crunch. You overcome with the taste and smell of blood. You spit the bloody finger out and place the rotted, ringulated finger bone against the gushing stump. At first, nothing happens, and you are horrified at the thought of what you've just done. Why did I do that? Suddenly, though, you feel a strange tingling sensation as bones fuse and tendons reknit. In moments, the rotting finger bone has become a living part of your body, though it still throbs painfully. The jagged ring suddenly loosens and slips off into the palm of your hand. I solved your weird finger riddle. Mempa's biting ring. +2 to arm class. Mempa was a mage, obsessed with the possibility of having her magic items lost or burgled while she was asleep or otherwise incapacitated. While the vast majority of her carried possessions were inseparable from her corpse and thus buried with her, some of her weaker items, earlier experiments perhaps, were left behind and remain in the world of the living. Mempa's biting ring, whose powerful aura protects its bearer from bodily harm, is one such item. However, once placed upon one's finger, the ring bites down and holds on so tenaciously that it is nigh impossible to remove it from the bitten digit. I mean, I don't know that we're going to get a ring that's better than +2 AC for a while, so this might be an okay thing. Which thingy do we want? Item cursed! That's okay. The AC2 is worth that to me. And worth all of that, which is maybe more impressive. I'm going to go home and think about my life, and in the meantime, we're going to run a few more minutes of ads to knock out pre-rolls for the remainder of the stream. Should have asked that guy to bite your finger off. I mean, sure, as long as we were right there. I'd hope he picked up the finger that we left behind. As I was saying, I'm gonna rethink how I so glibly approached this game, and also the notion of corporeality. I have 3 minutes to do that, and you have 3 minutes to do whatever you need to do. See y'all in a few. before the break, I missed one finger to rule them all, which is very good. I think actually, hang on, we're gonna. So I still don't even know what to do with this. We're not getting rid of this thing until I know what it is, or something else happens that forces us to get rid of it. But in the meantime, hanging on to this weird thing. How do we get here? Ah, there we go. There's a door here. Where is this? Small dwelling. We're just gonna look. We're not necessarily looting.
Loot.
Nothing. And double nothing. Well, then we're definitely not looting.
Could you rest here?
Maybe? I mean, we rested earlier in Meba's hut, which is like 2 feet away. Alright, so I was looking at this and I noticed this. And there must be just some other way to get up there. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to go up here again.
I'm gone.
Through the trash-filled archway. I'm curious what that's all about. We did briefly have junk earlier, and now I'm wondering if, when they were like, you gotta pass through there carrying some junk, if that was literal. I can't remember where we left the junk. It's probably in the house. Archway leads only inches into the small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. Rubbish is packed so tightly, it may as well be stones and mortar. Hold up, Chief, look at this. Peering down, you notice a number of dirty footprints that lead into the archway, and do not turn around. Must be a portal through there or something. How do we open it? Haven't the slightest, Chief. It's gotta be a common key, though. Look at all the traffic that's gone through. Maybe one of the lowlives around here will know. Oh, Marrow friend! No, we're gonna ask someone else. Not for any, like, rude reason. It's just, Marrow friend's busy. Eating. Us. Don't want to interrupt them while they're eating. You there. Conveniently at the bottom of the ramp. I have questions for you. Greetings! You see his eyes narrow beneath the hood, and he takes a step back. What do you want? I had some questions. He raises an eyebrow. I have some for you, then. Like, what do you want to know, and how badly do you want to know it? What do you mean? Look around you, Cutter. Don't make enough drink to go lighting up the dark for nothing. It'll take a bit of coin, it will, if you want the chant. Couple of coins, 5 coppers, 10. Let's go 5. Go middle. Ask. Looking for a journal? Shakes his head, puzzled. Tell me about the collectors. Aye, we make a living by dragging debtors off Sigel's fair streets and hauling their lead-bottom arses to the mortuary. Not the best way to earn a living, but it's a start. That's all you wanted to know. Looking for a man named Ferret. What about him? He seemed suddenly wary. Why? Ferret. Rockpicket Square is Sharegrave's, me boss's territory. Ferret and his dogs came in a whiles back and tried to oust us. We fought him off, we did. So there's all hiding somewhere. Still catch one of his lads now and then around the square. Usually we run him into a quick spot of jink at the mortuary. Pike and sods. Alright, well, you're not going to be helpful. Let me talk to Sharegrave, actually. Who sent us to do this in the first place. Maybe they know. Or I could ask Old Maybe. Let's ask the ruder person first. And we'll double back. Oh, Sharegrave. Oh, Sharegrave. Hi. Man nods the slightest greeting. You know what I ask of you? Find out what he's up to? Simply finding dead body. I'm not lying to you. I actually want to tell you what's going on because I don't think I like Ferret. Not yet. Go and find out what I need to know. I don't want to see you back here until you do. Go before I call my bloods to show you the way. But I had some questions. Huh. How interesting. Kill this man. Flee! Let's go ahead and reload that.
I'm gone.
My man was very serious that now is not the time for questions. I should have taken that seriously. Had some questions. Oh, you're the thief trainer. Neat. Okay. Okay, so we found the mage trainer, the fighter trainer, the thief trainer. Presumably there's a priest trainer somewhere? Maybe that fellow who took care of the fiend in the box for us? Do you know I can get through that trash-packed archway northeast of here, west of
My
here?
journal.
No, you don't. Say, you can ask Creedon, Ratcatcher. Sometimes he goes poking up there, disappears for an odd while. Usually in the hive, right outside the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. Thanks, farewell. I know where Creedon is, we've talked to them already. Let's go talk to them again. Getting our exercise. Just running back and forth.
I'm gone.
Did we know what here? That's the flop house. We do know what here is. Go this way. No offense, thugs, but I'm just sort of tired of completely eating your lunch. Here we go.
Done.
Just keep an eye and see if we see red. Nope, not in the place. Where's Creedon? Hungry for some Creedon tasty ratsies, eh? No, but I had some questions. What's your question? Told to ask a man named Creedon in front of the Office of Urban and Disease Control, that's you, about the trash-filled archway in Ragpicker Square. Can you help me?
Updated my journal.
I know what you're speaking of. There was a last name in Nulls? Oh, I saw him walk through there. Once, while I was looking for rats. Don't know how she did it, though. Can probably find her northeast of here, rooting around a pile of lumber nails. Oh! Iron Nulls. Cool. That's all I wish to know, thanks. I see you're leaving. Before you go, would you like a nice, delicious ratsie? One for the road, you might say. No. Thanks, though. It's courteous of you. Nulls is here. I misread that as Iron Nails. It's Iron Nulls. Back again. What do you need this time? Had some questions? Ask away, then. So to ask a woman named Nulls, whom I'd find around here rooting in a pile of lumber, that's you, about the trash-filled archway in Ragpicker Square. Can you help me?
Updated my journal.
It's a portal, you know. Stumbled on it quite by chance, I did. All you need to do is have a handful of junk on it. Okay, it's exactly the thing I thought. It was literal. They said have junk. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm proud that I guessed ahead. I'm feeling silly because we had junk and I got rid of it because it was called junk. And I'm like, well, if they call it junk, then you probably don't need it. And that was a silly thing to assume in a Planescape game. Anyway.
Not you.
It's an important object lesson. Now I just need to figure out where I put my junk down.
So,
Uh-huh.
no, that's
You're not taking that bait? It's too easy. All right. All you need to do is have a handful of junk on you when you walk up to it. You'll be able to pass right through. It's a small open space past the portal and a gate leading to underground. I figured no sense in asking for trouble, so I just turned around and went right back. Here, she hands you a handful of junk. Bless you, Nulls. Your name shall live as a legend for as long as I do. Which is probably going to be a very long time at this rate. Use this if you like. It's going to toss it anyway. Thank you, and farewell. Fare you well, too. That's so good. Okay, never mind. I worried for nothing. Gotta turn this off. So I turn this on. So we can go here. Down. Done. Thank you, Bedro. That'll age like a fine wine. Detachable something. Do, 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 do. God, I haven't heard that song in forever. Pretty sure Bad Road introduced me to that song. Hey, you know what? As long as I'm here, I'm going to attack you guys while we talk.
Die.
For the charm. Combat sounds are so loud. Grab this cobblestone. Why not? You never know when you might need a cobblestone. If we weren't going to the Seafarer today, I would probably use some spells to just save time in running these fellas down. But we are going to see Ferret. I want all of my spells in case it goes bad. Nope, don't hide behind the dot boost, that's cheating. Stand and take one swing and then keep moonwalking away. And all the way back down. Great, I'm going to get my steps in. Right, I keep forgetting that when I turn this on, I can't do this thing that I like to do, which is go to the place on the map and just say, go here. Trying to avoid doing the, like, Diablo 2 click every 5 steps sort of thing.
I'm gone.
With Nulls' junk in our hands,
Go on.
we're going to go through the portal. You hold this. And also this. I'm going to hold on to this cobblestone because I don't know what I need it for yet. But it might be a portal key for all we know. Actually, hang on. I'm going to... This is a polished cobblestone that was lodged in the zombie skull, right? It was the zombie signpost or bulletin board that someone had thrown a rock at. We took the rock out. Well, now we have the rock. The archway leads only a few inches. Rubbish is packed so tightly, yada yada. Thrust the junk into the archway. Wall of refuse flickers, wavers, and seems to fold in on itself, revealing an open space. Passage or portal seems to have formed within the frame of the archway. I like the little pretty effects here. Save. Okay, so that's taking us through, so now we can go to this thing. Maybe this is the exit. I want to know what's over there. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Oh, hi! A ragged, middle-aged collector approaches you as you enter the area. I don't know you. Don't believe I've made your acquaintance either. Continues to glare at you. I'm looking for a man named Ferret. What you're looking for is no concern of mine, Burke. What is concerning me is that you're breathing in my presence.
Dude!
If you don't let me pass, one of us is... This is the Mos Eisley bar scene. If you don't let us pass, one of us is going to be the mortuary, and it won't be me. Collecting bodies before they're dead sounds like a really good way to meet the lady. I'll leave your presence. As you turn to leave, you notice the collector drawing a knife from one of his pockets. Don't know what you was thinking about coming down here. The only place you'll be going is the mortuary. I don't think so. I've been. Doll's nice, but otherwise I could really leave it. Dang. Oh, that pissed everybody off, huh? Okay. We're gonna blur myself. What is this? Then don't mind orbing the thug. That was cool. I mean, I take it they saved purpose of the spell, so it didn't work out great, but it looked cool. Let's do that again, but with Ice Knife. Good grief! You guys are rolling some good saves. Get orbed. Under this! There we go, much better. Let's see, we can... That doesn't help you, this does.
Endure. In endure.
Right, you have, I don't remember what all of these do already. That's the bless. Use the bless.
In Zerthamon's name.
Oh, grab one of these, grab one of these. Throwing bandages at you. Hopefully we'll get a healer eventually. Because, like, we can heal ourselves pretty well, but it's remarkably difficult to heal a living person. Alright. Just doing this again. Just a little top up. The walls of these trash warrens are made of junk crushed together by the weight of the mountains of garbage above.
All right.
We're living in a landfill. No, you keep running. I'm just gonna loot. Get some bandages back. Charm. Let's do some inventory management while we're here. Oh yeah, you got plenty of space. This one for me. Strange metal bracelet has directions inscribed on it, yada yada yada. Work on either you or Mort. That's it. Let's put these on you. I haven't needed healing for you. I just noticed that your weapon is teeth. That's appropriate, but it's very funny to me for some reason. Put this back. Here. Here. Okay, cool. Worst case, we can have you cast a spell to protect yourself. And if you're going to run that way, I'll just run this way. More junk. That's the end of that. I'm looking for a ferret named Man. It's supposed to be a man named Ferret. So I'm noticing that because we got into a fight at the start, basically everybody is going to attack us. And I think that that's fine. I think that's expected. I am a little sad about it. There we go.
Clock sings true. I'm wounded.
Keep those bandages coming. We bought them for a reason. It occurs to me we don't need a whole bunch of those.
Die.
There we go. We certainly don't need rusty daggers. Alright, so we're just dealing with a bunch of corridors, which seems, you know, story-wise appropriate, but also kind of unfortunate. Wow, that's so many of y'all. You know what? I'm debating reloading, not because we're in, like, trouble combat-wise, although we're in a little trouble combat-wise. I'm debating reloading just because... Oh, it does work. All right. Just because I want to see if we could have, like, gone in here without violence. I don't know that it's possible. But, like, we have an 18 charisma, and I don't feel like we got a good use out of it on that initial conversation.
Die.
Did you see that?
We did also just sort of walk away from them, so... On the other hand, these thugs were pretty decent experience.
Die.
Stiletto. I love that they came out of here, but this is not a door. At least it's not a door for us. Hang on, come back here. I want to talk to you. Good talk. It's a dude closet, you know. Closet where you keep your dudes. Buried villager. They're all running. I'm going to let you do that. more violins? Glad we stocked up on healing at Mevis.
Karak sings true.
Somebody hit something. There,
All right.
morale failed. Panic. Just a little mid-combat inventory management. It's fine. It's normal. Everyone does it. This part of combat remains hilarious to me. We're just running someone down. It's only hilarious because it's a video game, obviously, but it is very funny. Hi, bud. As you enter the room, a large, heavy-set man gets up from his chair and approaches you. Hello there. Name's Bish. Who might you be? Have I missed who Adon is? Because this has come up 3 times now. Can't pull up my journal from here, can I? Damn. I have no name. No, you know what? You know what? We're going to use our 18 charisma. My name is Adon. Ad what? Bish stares blankly at you, then shakes his head violently. Never seen you before, and Farrah didn't tell me about no Adon coming around. Best be telling me what you're doing here. Perhaps Farrah's confidence in you does not extend as far as you might think. That's extremely funny. Got nothing to hide. Hi, Jasmine. And I don't want to cause any trouble, I just want to pass through. Let's try this one. Hooray! Bish snorts at you. Well, you telling me best be readjusting those thoughts if he expects my men and me to keep watch over his bleeding sinkhole. On with you. Hell yeah. Alright, that's a quick save moment if I ever saw one. Anybody else here have a name? No? Well, it's good to know that there's a trapdoor here. I assume we're using it to get out. Okay. This is a huge bronze bell. Room must be the top of a bell tower. Alright, let's try to use this and hope no one kills us. No one killed us. Great. Down, deep into the earth. Oh no. I think the game crashed. Good news, it crashed going to a new zone, which means we auto-saved. Resume life. Come on, OBS. There we go. Thanks, bud.
Done.
Are they buried villagers because they're citizens of the buried village? Is that the linguistic trick that we're playing with? Marta the seamstress! You seem entirely too nice to be running around with anyone here. Save for a moment. Is this a public crate? Will I get in trouble if I open the crate? Taking these bandages. And also $13.
All right.
Oh. This tub is filled with a mess of rotting body parts. They all look picked clean. This is a pile of foul-smelling body parts, arms, legs, torsos, even the occasional head. They all look picked clean. Hi? You see a blockish woman dressed in a heavy burlap robe. She lumbers about the room, her joints popping as she bends over to pick up objects from various tables. Yeah.
Totally normal.
Yeah, mine too. You ain't special. Names are returned when you die and are then buried. There we go. That makes sense. Hair is bound back from her head with a bone hairpin, and she has a sour, curd-faced expression. A sour, curd-faced expression. What a phrase. She's mumbling to herself in a sing-song voice. Greetings! Woman doesn't appear to hear you. Instead, she stumbles back to one of the long tables and begins picking at one of the corpses. Come on now. Don't be all difficult on Marta. He's being difficult, isn't he, Marta? Yes, he is. Watch what she's doing. What you can see, it looks like she's digging teeth out of the corpse's mouth. Only her hands and fingernails. When that doesn't work, she pulls out a splintered wooden chisel and a mallet and thwacks at the gums until the tooth snapped free. And then she puts it into a bag at her waist.
You.
What are you doing? Marta leaps away from the corpse, startled, and gives a piercing shriek. Aye! She catches her breath and then hisses angrily at the corpse on the table. If dead you are not, you might have said something earlier. False corpse. Nasty corpse, yes. Have you no shame? Throw voice? We can do a ventriloquism? You are the one who should be shamed, knocking out my teeth like that. Have you no respect for the dead? Here's the thing, it's rude and unnecessary, but also, have you considered it's very funny? Ha! Marta puts her hands on her hips and puffs out indignantly. Likes you cared for your teeth, all rotted and scored and syrup brown. Wonders they had popped out of your bone box. Isn't that right, Marta? Ah, you're all rotten gone, they are. Oh, you will be punished for your evil teeth-taking, Marta. I shall haunt you until the end of your days. Again, it's pointless and mean, but it's a little funny. I am the one who spoke, not the corpse. Marta squints and turns. Eh? How'd you get over there so fast? Marta, how'd you do that? No glimmer, no glimmer. Graveblade's blind and near deaf. Marta is still mumbling to herself something about corpses and gratitude, which you don't quite catch. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
Marta, did this one ask who I was? Ah, he did. Nobody but mine. I am Marta. Marta the seamstress. Marta the seamstress. Marta the seamstress. She turns away back to the corpse, singing her name to herself. What are you doing? Marta turns back to the corpse with a huff. I'm trying to get this bark to give up his stitches and his teethies. And he isn't cooperating. No. Stubborn as stone, isn't he, Marta? Yes, he is. Can I ask you some other questions? Did the one say questions, Marta? Aye, Marta, he said such. But he wears the asking looks on him, he does. That's true, we do wear the asking looks on us. That's actually very correct. Can I rest here? Just a quiet little out-of-the-way place. Why are you pulling out the corpse's teeth and stitches?
Updated my journal.
Put 'em aside, Marta, that's what I does here. Aye, Marta, we do. Stitchy thread and teethies are precious. Can be turned into jink. Strip the corpses you bring in. Strip the corpses we bring in, they tell Marta. Pull out teethies, stitches, thingies inside the corpse. Trick 'em cold, and then we'll sell them to the dusties. Who tells you to do this? What do you find in the bodies? You look for things inside the corpses. Can you dig around in my body for anything? If our journal is inside us... I have to ask this one, but let's read the rest of them just to see. You pull stitches out of corpses. Can I buy some needle and thread? Do you mind if I rest here? Can you dig around in my body for anything? Marta squints at you. Huh. Marta can do that, can't you, Marta? Yes, you can. I am not gonna watch this. Where? Marta's studying you, as if looking for the best place to crack you open. This game rules. Let's try the stomach. How about the rib cage? Check the intestines. Crack open my skull. I mean, if the journal is where we write down the things that have happened so we can remember them, storing them in the skull makes a kind of sense. But I don't know if there are limits on our regeneration. Rib cage feels thematic, right? That's the sort of heart area. I sure hope there's nothing in our intestines. Let's start with the ribcage. You lie upon the table. Marta stands over you, a chisel and mallet at the ready. There is a sharp crack as she splits your ribcage open, and you choke back your screams as she begins to... There has been so much body horror this particular night. Choke back your screams as she begins to fish in your lungs. As you try and gasp for air, you go numb, then black out. Fall into darkness. Your vision slowly returns to see Marta standing over you, shaking her head. Nothing. Nothing found, eh, Marta? No, nothing, Marta. No luck. Should we try again? Well, let's try the stomach. Let's see how many rounds of this we get. You lie on the table and Marta stands over you. Knife at the ready. There's a stabbing pain as she slices into your abdomen and cuts brutally downwards in a saw-like motion, exposing your innards. Despite the pain, you watch in morbid fascination as she lifts up your stomach. Your vision slowly returns to see Marta standing over you. Nothing. Nothing. Was that... Let's see. That was the stomach. Intestines! Anything could be lodged in there. Marta stands over you, a rusty knife at the ready. It's a stabbing pain as she slices into your abdomen, cuts brutally downwards in a saw-like motion, exposing your innards, yada yada yada. Ah! There's a retching pain as Marta lifts up the ropey mass of your intestines, blood and other fluids streaming from it. Look at this, Marta! Look at this! I see. Cut there. Marta makes a small, deft incision in the side of one of the intestines, and you hear a ting as something small and metallic strikes the floor. We swallowed something.
Updated my journal.
Ah! Marta then dumps the soupy mass back into your torso, then reaches down, picks up the object, a ring, it appears, flicks it to you. Pretty, eh, Marta? Yes, Marta, one should swallow such a thing. No. Was there anything else? Nothing else, nothing more. Should we try someplace else? Chat, what do we think? Do we want to go for the skull? We've already gotten the thing. We clearly swallowed a ring. Do we think there's anything... How would we have got... Did we go up the nose? Did we total recall this? In for a penny, in for a pound. You lie upon the table. The last thing you see is Marta standing over you, chisel and mallet at the ready. There is a sharp crack, and you scream as everything goes black.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Nothing found. No luck. Should we try again? No, that's all the places. That's... Bye. Wow, we took basically no damage from that. That's actually very impressive. That's quick items. What is Twisted Ring? +1 armor class. Looks like 3 rings that have been wrapped around each other. Just looking at it makes you dizzy. Great. Well, that was unpleasant on all fronts. Oh, and we have our intestines. Good, we get to keep those in a to-go bag. This ropey mass of bloody intestine appears to be yours. You have to admit, it makes you uncomfortable to see them outside your body. Yeah, it would. Oh my god. I have this already. Can I, if I give this to you, can you copy it? Probably not. You have a whole different... Oh, you can! I was like, you have a whole different, like, the thing. I don't think this is better than what you have, but still, neat. All right. Okay, so we're gonna quick save. I had some questions for you, Marta. Can I rest here? I know I made jokes about it before, but after getting all of me opened up severely, can I maybe take 5? Marta home. Marta sleep here. You can sleep if you want. Don't think Marta have a problem. Does you, Marta? No, Marta. If you doesn't, I don't. Very well. Get our health back, get our spells back. Oh, man. Well, that was not what I expected when I saw a place called Marta the Seamstress. Nevertheless, that was kind of great.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of great. Necklace of hollow teeth. Hang on. Quince poison charm. It cures poison. I feel like that's a good thing to have. I'm gonna put this here. What does this one do again? Temporary hit points and temporary bonus of 1 AC for a half hour. Okay, that's the buff thing. What does this one do? I'm assuming that's a healing item for us. It seems correct. All right. Well, we have 8 minutes left to find Farad. Did not expect quite this much of a city. I should have, in retrospect, but I didn't, and that's on me. Seems correct. Fair. That's.
Endure. In enduring,
Let's
grow
see.
strong.
It's probably overkill, but it's fun overkill.
Guys,
Stop running. Just waste time.
Damn it.
Uh-huh. You get the orb. 1 damage? Really? Hardly seems worth it. It's a first level spell.
Did you see that?
Done.
Oh yeah, turn my quick loot off at some point.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
You guys getting involved, or you just standing around? Good. Fist irons. Oh, like punching, like punching. The irons that you fist with.
I'm gone.
This is just someone's house.
I'm gone.
It's Quint's shop. It's gonna be Quint. Right, a fist iron. You heat it up and then you flatten your fist. Exactly. Just gotta go back and forth with smooth strokes. Never let it sit too long. You don't want to burn your fist. You see a short, fat-faced man who is covered in filth and grime. He smells bad and his teeth are rotten. We're so judgy of everyone. He wheezes as he looks up and down. I'm Quint. You new? No, I've been here a while. Yeah, first time I see you. Been here a while. First claim rights, you know? Like, I've been here a long time. You must know. What? You ear blind or just stupid? I said first claim rights here. I deal, you don't. Or you deal with me only. You want to fight or you want to trade? I'll trade. I'm a trader, not a fighter. Let's trade. Okay. Sell so much stuff. You can buy rags. Don't think I want to. Buy an iron spike. It's good. We have stiletto. We have iron knuckles. And knuckles. Green steel dagger. Forged out of the famed Beatorian green steel. Cool. Charm can be used to identify unknown items. That's neat. My charm. Let's get some healing, actually. That feels correct. Put a few of these for emergencies. Shamantic rod. Magic missile? Alright. How much? 500? The angleless eye. Is it? It is a glass eye. Perfect. 10% to detect traps. Alright. It's divine sensor we've seen before. I'm very tempted to swap yet another eye. Screw it. Go for broke. Where's the... I don't know why we sent Mort in there to deal, but it's fine. Intestines handy. Okay, so we do that. We could just hang on to this, I guess. +1 AC versus missile and crushing. Tackle +1 and detect traps. Nice. Okay, and then this. Go here. This here. Put this down here. Gosh, there's so much. So many items. All right. Put you guys over here, actually, because I think you're important. Probably get rid of the mortuary key at this point. He said, thinking out loud. Hang on to the junk, because it might be our ticket out of here. Hang on to the pry bar, because we might need it again someday. Actually, give it to you in the meantime. Talk again. Let's trade. Alright, so I can give you this. I can give you this and this. Perfect. And then we'll have you level up. +1 fist. The skull gained a fist. And got a whole bunch of hit points. Fantastic. All right. Well. Oh, that's neat. All right. I was like, how did Mort get numbers and everyone else doesn't have them? So, the bad news is we didn't find Farad this stream, which was the like initial goal. But we figured out how to get into Farad's like domain and how to bypass the at least one of the bodyguards in the upstairs place to get down here. Presumably Farad is nearby.
And we did a whole bunch of quests, but
And
not
we did
nearly as many as we could have.
We did a whole bunch of quests, but not nearly as many as we could have. That's a terrifying thing for you to say to me.
What?
I don't need to know that there's a whole bunch of stuff I have missed that'll live in my head rent-free.
There's a couple of companions.
There's a couple of companions?
Yeah.
Well, now that's information I do need to know. That's a spoiler I'm okay with. Is it too late to go back and get them?
No.
Great. Cool. We're out of time. We've done so much tonight. Genuinely, that was actually really cool and exciting. I'm glad we got through so much. And yeah, so that's it for tonight's stream. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. We'll be back with more of this. I hope for real this time, this Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, where we'll deal with Farad and then I guess find some companions that we've missed. So that's exciting and fun. And then possibly we'll go check up on Marta again and make sure that she's fine and see if there are any other organs of ours that she hasn't looked in yet. It's a weird game. It's a weird game, this one. I like it, though. Cool. So, we'll go ahead and call it a night there. Viewer beware, it's time for a scare. Over at, I believe, twitch.tv/if_1_y. JJ is going to be playing some more Silent Hill F. Have I got that right? If so, we'll send a raid your way. And that's that. I hope I got my days right. It's Monday, right? Is it Monday? It is Monday. Hooray. Haha. Listen, if I only get a few things right in a day, it still
Andy,
feels like a success.
Andy,
Uh-huh.
at risk of a copyright violation?
At risk of a copyright
Is
violation.
it Thursday yet?
Is it? Hey, is it Thursday yet? Critical Role. It's so funny. Last tangent, and then I promise we're done. This is not a spoiler for anything important. For anybody who has not been watching the newest season of Critical Role, which is currently being GM'd by Brennan Lee Mulligan, I'm grateful that they gave Matt Mercer a break, although Brennan should maybe sleep sometime. But it is very funny to me that this many episodes deep, Brennan is still not used to the essentially sign-off catchphrase of "Is it Thursday yet?" And it's very, very funny to watch an otherwise very competent, very graceful speaker consistently flub that one. It's reassuring, weirdly. This was not, in fact, the last tangent. Yes, it is. Good night. Good night, everybody. See y'all Thursday, I hope.